Hey guys, welcome back to the Glam Room. It's Dwayna, aka Glamazon1026, and today we're doing cut creases. Everybody wants to know how to do a cut crease. Everybody is dying to know how to do a cut crease, and I think I did a pretty good job with this cut crease. What say you? I like it, and I like it a lot. So sit down. We're gonna try and make this video as short as possible, but there is a lot of information in it because we gotta make sure that your cut crease pops. Okay, we want to make it pop. So stay tuned after the break. After the break, we are not on TV. After my little intro, you guys will see how to create a really poppin'. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like, it's bomb. Like, you'll see how to create a cut crease. You don't even have to use these colors. You can use whatever colors you want. Doing a cut crease, we're going to be doing a full in-depth tutorial. So this video, it might be a little bit long. I'm going to like explain very well and then fast forward through the, through all the techniques and stuff, because we got most of everything down. We know that we have to blend, and we already went over blending in depth, and so we know how to do all of that stuff. It's just getting from this to cut crease. So we're gonna do that today, and we're gonna be using the Shayla and ColourPop palette because you guys know this is probably one of the favorite palettes that I have purchased in 2018. Let us get started. We are going to jump straight into this because we don't like long intros, right? Right. We are going to be starting by priming our eyes. This is, super easy. We know what to do. We're just going to use this ColourPop No Filter Concealer and prime our lids. We have our base done. We need to make sure that we have the top half of the eye blended really well. And we can do this one of two ways. In order for a cut crease to pop, you have to have a dark line where you cut. We need that contrast between transition color and upwards and then the lid color and downward. So you need a dark line. You can do it from the cut up or you can do it from the transition down. Today I'm doing it from the cut up because I want to make sure that the black is blended out really well. So basically you want to take the pencil brush and you want to draw a line that follows the shape of your eye. Everybody's cut crease is shaped differently. Mine is going to be, it's just going to follow my socket, and then I'm going to bring it up towards the end of my eyebrow. That's where you want your line to end, by your eyebrow. It doesn't matter how messy it is, we are blending this out and the bottom will be cut, so you just have to make sure that you have a line. That's basically all we're doing now, is just drawing a line. We're going to go in with Played Out, which is this brown color right here. We're going to put that on top of the black, and I'm using my Morphe M433 to do that. Taking my MAC 217, and I'm going in with Revenge, which is right here, this very bright orange color. That's right there. So I'm going to take that, put it on the brush, and then just kind of blend upwards. You want to put the orange color directly on top of the black and the brown and in the space where there is no shadow, because you want them to merge onto each other. You want them to blend really well together. So just keep adding color until you get the concentration of the pigment that you want. Now I'm going to be going back and forth with Revenge and Played Out, which are the orange and the brown, until I get the blend that I want. We're almost ready to cut the crease. So we're taking the pencil brush in Played Out, and we are just deepening that line at the bottom. Again, yes, I know, it's redundant, but you need to have a dark line right there to ensure that this all, looks good and whatnot. I'm going to be using that same pencil brush to blend out the top part of this so that when we cut the crease, we don't see this harsh line right there. It's really just going back and forth until you have a really good blend. That's basically all cut creasing is. It's just blending. It's blending forever.
2 hours later.
Alright, I think we are ready to cut the crease. And to cut the crease, we are going to use none other than our ColourPop No Filter Concealer. So I have just a bunch of it on the back of my hand. You can use any concealer brush. I'm using my favorite MAC 195 for this. And I'm just loading that brush up with concealer. Now, we already talked about my cut crease trick where I put a little bit down at the bottom here and then look up, see where it cuts, see where it hits, and that is where our cut crease will go. I like to conceal the bottom first and then move upward to where I need the concealer to go. Remember, your cut crease will be, it's going to be different for everybody's eye because everybody's eye is shaped differently. But remember, my one rule is to cut at the socket, don't cut at the crease. So already you see that there is a really drastic difference between the concealer and up here. That line is like nice and dark. It's not as straight as I want it to be yet, but we can fix that with concealer. We're just trying to get the initial cut done. Now that I have the initial line done, I'm gonna go back and just straighten it up so that it's nice and sharp. And no matter how much I move my eye, I can blink or whatever, there's not going to be any transfer because I cut into my socket. I did not cut where my crease is. This is my crease. That is my socket. And now our crease is cut. So I'm about to do the same thing over here, and then I will meet you guys back so we can finish out this eye and you guys can know how to do a cut crease and be really, really happy, okay? We're going to make this cut crease super sharp. We are going to take a small angled brush. I'm going to dip into Played Out, which is that brown color, and I'm going to go over this line right here so that it just looks like bell. And I want this angle brush because I don't want to really have to blend too much because I already did all my blending. I just want to reinforce that dark line. Remember, we are looking for contrast here. This also serves to help clean up the concealer. Like if you messed up a little bit of your concealer, you can do this to kind of clean it up and make it super sharp. So I finished, well, I didn't finish it, but I did the lid colors on this eye. I'm about to do the same thing over here since we're close to the camera. I'm really feeling ombre shimmers right now. Like that is like my new thing. And I'm pretty sure other people have been doing it for a long time, but I've only always used one shimmer, but now I've been like mixing shimmers together and I'm loving the effect that they're giving. We are going to take Unbothered, which is this one right here. It looks white, but it goes on and it is a golden color. So I'm just gonna grab a bunch of that pigment and I'm going to put it on the first third of my eyelid. I didn't set this concealer, guys. We're going to go in with Diva, which is this golden shade right here, and put that on the middle of our lid. We are going to go into Sassy, which is this blue-brown pigment right here. And since it's a blue-brown pigment, even though it looks blue in here, when it goes in our eye, it's going to shift brown and it's going to be perfect for this look. This is probably my favorite pigment in the entire palette. And then we're going to put that on the back end. Once I have the pigmentation where I want it, I'm going to go back and I'm going to blend all three of these colors together with that same shader brush. No cut crease is, especially cut crease like this, none of them are finished without winged liner. So we're going to wing it out really quickly. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild brown liquid liner because this is a dark brown look, and then we're going to go and yeah, that's how we're gonna finish this out. Pop on some lashes and then finish the rest of the face, and we're gonna do what we gotta do. All right, we are finishing up this eye look. We are coming around the mountain. We're going to take this Morphe M508 brush, which is just this tiny little brush. We're going to use that to get up under our waterline. And just to kind of smudge out the dark color Played Out. And then I'm going to take another brush. This is just like a thicker pencil brush, And I'm going to go in with Revenge right under there just to blend it out. Whew, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. We have been here for a long time, guys. You might not feel that way because I fast forwarded through a lot of this, but I have been here for a long time. When I started, it was light outside, and now it is dark outside. Anyway, here's the finished look. I look particularly draggy today. I love it. This is a cut crease that a drag queen would love. Like I did my sisters right, okay? All right, okay. Anyway, we are making sure that we are integrating everything that we've learned so far so that you guys can also pull off a cut crease like this. So first things first, you have to learn your eye shape. I feel like if you don't know the shape of your eye, or if you don't kind of study the shape of your eye, you won't know exactly how to best form your cut crease. You have to cut your crease in a way that is flattering for your eye shape. So you have to know what shape you have. That's like number one. That's number one with making cut creases. Remember to cut above the actual crease in your eye. Now, some people, this is also something that you have to make sure that you know your eye shape for, because some people, not everybody's like me, not everybody has a fold in their eye. But if you have a fold in your eye, or if you have hooded eyes, make sure you cut above that hood, make sure you cut above that fold into your socket, because otherwise, A, there will be hella transfer, and it will be very, very messy. You will not get a sharp line. B, nobody's gonna see it because your hood is gonna cover your lid work. So you wanna make sure that you cut upwards of that. If you have a lid that has like a bunch of space and you don't have any folds, then I'm jealous of you and I hate you. Well, I don't hate you, I'm just super jealous because you don't even have to worry about that. You can cut wherever you want. But for my hooded and flappy-eyed beauties, make sure that you're cutting in the socket. Number two, you have to be able to blend, and it's going to take a long time because blending is not something that you can just slap. You can't, like, sometimes I do slap eyeshadows on, but not with cut creases. You can't do that. You can't just slap eyeshadows on and expect it to look good. The essence of the cut crease, the beauty of the cut crease is the fact that the colors fade into one another, and then there is a contrast. That is number three. You have to make sure that there's a contrast. So we have this dark line right here, then we have the three colors that we put together for the lid color, because that is creating contrast. It is creating a shadow for the bright colors to pop out of. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was informative. I hope you learned something. I hope I explained it in a way that you can understand and that you can execute. Remember, know your eye shape, you gotta know where to cut, you gotta blend, and then you have to have contrast. That's basically it. Those are your cut crease rules. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching. My name is Dwayna, aka Glamazon1026. You guys know that already. I said that at the beginning of the video. But if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them below, or you can send them to my Twitter account, Glamazon1026, and I will see you guys next week, okay?